Today we're checking out one of Haval's latest offerings, the Jolion 1.5 liter hybrid. At first glance, it looks just like any other Jolion, but if you look close enough, you will see that there are changes, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. Also take it for a test drive. Otherwise, welcome to the channel. I'm Sibua and I appreciate that you're here with me today. Before we even carry on with this, let's give thanks to Bruce from Haval Pretoria. He's always been assisting us on the Haval videos. We really appreciate it. If you have any questions or you want to get a Haval, you can contact him. I'll leave the contact in the description box below. Alright, so we're going to look at the changes from exterior, interior, practicality, the price, and then we're going to take it for a test drive. I've already reviewed the Jolion many times in terms of how it drives, the specs in detail, comparing it to other cars and so on. If you want to check those videos out, you can scroll down the channel. I'll leave some of the links below, including how safe are you in the Jolion. So what changed when it comes to the hybrid? You know, Haval is something else. They give you these cars that are so well priced and you like them, you love them, you complain about one thing, which is like fuel consumption, and they look at the problem and be like, let's come with a solution. This basically is the solution to that particular problem, because a lot of people were complaining about the Jolion's fuel consumption. Now it's the time then to say, how do we resolve that? But that comes at a cost, because the hybrid system is more complex and more expensive than a standardized system. And that's what we're seeing here with pricing, which we're going to talk about in a bit. But let's look at the exterior. The moment you unlock the car, it's going to reveal its differences right away, especially if you're standing in front of the car, because the indicators are much bigger than the standard Jolion ones. In what is the grille on the Jolion on the side, it's actually the indicators. The glass there is covering the indicators. Then when you look at the front lights clusters, you will see that there are blue trims inside. That's also another giveaway of the hybrid. Then when you look at the grille, you may not spot that right away, but on the hybrid, there's this diamond design in the grille. And then when you're looking at the premium version, it's mesh. When you go to the luxury variant, then that's when you're going to see that it's the chrome grille. When it comes to the side profile, it didn't change in terms of the design, but you will see some differences because the hybrid one has a badge, and then the normal ones, they do have this chrome trim just down there below the doors, and the hybrid one doesn't have. You go to the rear, again, it's not as easy to spot the differences there, but you can see them. When you look at the rear bumper, the diffuser is different on the hybrid. Somehow on the hybrid, they try to make it a little bit more aggressive compared to the normal one in the S. I don't know why, because when you look at that reflector or the fog lamp, it's vertical. And on the others, it's just like a bar that looks normal. I don't know why. And when you look up as well, you'll see that the spoiler has changed. It's no longer just flat, it's going into the high brake light and creating like two sides of it. But I'm not happy about the rim choice here, because they took the 17-inch from premium variant and they put them on the luxury variant of the hybrid. I'm not happy about that, seriously. Because when you look at the Super Lux hybrid, wow. Okay, those rims are nice. They look amazing. I think for me, this is the best looking Haval Jolion, especially in this paint in white. This looks amazing. When you get inside, there's not much that you're going to see that change. It's still the same simple plush interior that you get in the Jolion. The only change that I've noticed is actually the touchpad. They removed the touchpad for aircon controls. Now they put the actual buttons. I complained about this when I did the Jolion Lux, but it looks like someone heard our complaints and then decided to change it. I guess it's a win for us, eh? From the features point of view, Jolion is still very much packed with features, from safety to nice to haves and so on. It's still very much packed. Nothing much has changed there. I'm seeing that they've added launch control on this one, the hybrid variant. But as to whether you're going to be needing that or using that, I'm not sure if it's necessary. When it comes to size and practicality, not much has changed in terms of the structure, but the boot size has reduced. Of course, because it needs to house the battery, you'll see that it's reduced. From the reported 430 liters in the normal Jolion, you get only 390 liters in here, which I don't think is that bad, because then now you have this battery, but you're losing the space as well for the spare wheel. At least the wheelbase has been maintained at 2.7 meters and the ground clearance as well at 168 millimeters. Looking at everything under the skin, of course this is a hybrid, so there are changes in the engine and transmission as well. The engine in here is the 1.5 liter hybrid. In this case, it pushes out 140 kilowatts and 375 newton meters of torque compared to the normal one at 105 kilowatts and 210 newton meters of torque. This is going to eat that one alive. When it comes to transmission, you know very well that the normal one comes with a 7-speed DCT and a manual transmission. In here, you get a DHT, which is direct hybrid transmission. Look, in simple terms, but not so simple terms, this transmission, it needs two sources to actually move, which is the internal combustion engine and also the electric motor. Combining them and doing whatever it does to actually get going. You know what, let's leave that for people who know how to put this in scientific terms and so on. Service plan on this car is the same, 4-year or 60,000 kilometers at every 15,000 kilometer. Warranty is 5-year or 100,000. But there's an additional one for the battery because this is a hybrid. The battery warranty is 8-year or 150,000 kilometers. Let's look at the pricing compared to the normal Jolion though. The normal Jolion luxury variant is 415,000. Super Lux, everything top spec Jolion is 447,000, still below 450. But when you come to the hybrid side, because then now you are trying to resolve the problems that you said you had, which is like fuel consumption, this and that. They put batteries, they added this and that when it comes to the mechanical features and so on. Because of that, you're going to have to part ways with 550,000 for the luxury variant and 580,000 for the Super Lux. So it looks like at each spec level, if you want a hybrid compared to the normal spec, you're going to be spending at least 130,000 rands more. Okay, so how are you going to make a decision to say, should I take the hybrid or not? I mean, on the moral side of things, you are saving the environment a bit by taking the hybrid. On the financial side of things, you might have to assess whether you need the hybrid by looking at how much petrol you're spending per month. Because when I'm looking at the hybrid, if you take the hybrid, either Lux or Super Lux, you're going to be spending 2,450 rands extra compared to the normal one. Looking at the current prime lending rate of 10.75, if you were to finance it over 6 years, imagine that. We're talking clean debt here, no deposit, no balloon payment. That's how much you're going to be paying over and above the normal 8 point something, 8.4, 8.5 that you can be paying on the Haval Super Lux. So now we're going to take it to the road, and on this drive I'm going to be with Bruce, just talking about the car, how it drives and so on. You're going to see how it drives. And then another interesting thing that I forgot to talk about is the one pedal driving option. It has that. You can drive it without the brake. As long as your measurements are right, you just use the accelerator, and when you move your foot off, it's going to start braking. We're going to test that as well. And yeah, we're going to just be talking about the car, seeing how things work and so on. Then that will be it on this video. But you know what? I need to do a video where I'm comparing the normal Jolion, Jolion S, jolionhybrid. And I want to tell you which one do I think offers the best value for money. All right, let's take it to the road then.
Yeah. Now, we're in sport mode.
Well, let's see how it goes.
Yeah, the electric, the normal petrol motors.
So when you're on sport, it's probably just going to run it on.
No, it runs both, eh?
Alright, see.
Do you see, with, if we're going to go straight here, with the electric motor, you see there's no gears.
Oh.
It just goes. Did you see it? Just
yeah, because it was just hanging on one gear, even when it was revving quite high. I thought on sport it's going to just respond.
And then we'll put it back into normal mode. We've got so much traffic today.
Yeah, it's Friday.
petrol motor at the moment still.
I don't even see where it says charge EV.
Because it's charging the battery.
When it has that green EV,
Yeah.
that's when I see now it's on. But when we're going up now, I guess it's going
Okay,
to
there you
kick in
now.
the petrol motor, exactly.
Now you on electric motor because it wasn't charged. Okay, there. So when you lift your foot off the throttle,
It says charge.
it's charging, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's now running against the.
Now it says EV mode there.
That's it, yeah.
It's very
Now
quiet.
if you want to
now.
accelerate, just punch it straight on. A little bit. Okay, now remember the minute your foot's off the throttle, it's charging. Okay, right. So when your foot's on the throttle, you're using power. When your foot's off the throttle,
This way it's charging.
you charging. Because remember, it's a self-charging system. You're not plugging it into
Anything, yeah.
to anything.
See, now it's just on EV mode because I'm not. It's
I'm
like
gonna go over this one, I think.
to that street.
Yeah. And just calmly go down here on EV. Don't even, it's dead quiet. Okay, so when you go into the road going down at the next robot, I want you to see how far you can go with EV.
All right.
So
I'm just gonna gently go in.
Gently touch the throttle.
All right.
And it'll show you when you're in EV.
Yeah, it does indicate there that it's on EV
Okay.
mode.
So yeah, when you go down here now, just touch the throttle. You should be able to get over 60 k's an hour just on
Yeah,
EV.
like we did with the H6.
Exactly. You're still on electric. Speed?
52.
Imagine the fuel economy you're getting now.
0. So that's 60. Let's see when it's going up. It's climbing on EV.
Still?
I'm doing like 56, 57 now.
So from there to here, you've used no petrol.
I haven't used petrol. I'm on 62 now.
And take your foot off, and then you'll see automatically it'll charge.
Yeah.
And then put your foot on again, and then it'll accelerate.
Just a bit. The thing is, the slope is going up and down, but it's managing to actually just keep it on EV because it's still on EV here.
Not this traffic light, the next one, we're going to go right.
All right. I'll just keep it on EV for now.
So from the top there till now, you haven't gone onto the petrol
No.
motorway.
No.
Right at the road.
Let's see how quickly it changes to become.
Instant. It's instant. And that is in normal mode, not sport mode.
Yeah.
You don't need a sport mode in this car.
Not really.
The one pedal driving is something you've really got to get used to.
Yeah, no. I'm not sure if I can get used to that, especially with the measurements, because that's the biggest thing to say.
Yeah, you'll get used to it. But remember, you've still got the brake as well. So
Yeah.
if you need to stop, you can use the brake stop.
Yeah. I think if you have it, you can get used to it, but just on a short distance, yeah, I don't think for the first time you can get the measurements right.
No. You've got such habits of driving with petrol brake, that to drive with one pedal is going to take you a long time to break those habits.
That's true. That's true. But EVs are like that. But the H6 doesn't have that, right?
No. A little bit further there. Emergency brake.
All right. Yeah.
I just drive normally.
Let's see how it pushes. That will spin.